Hello, my friends, Lali Meta here, and today is January 20th, 2025. It's about 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30, and I want to welcome you to Canvas Conversations. I'm sitting here in front of my painting that I've been working on, and I did not work on it this evening. Instead, I went to movie club, which I go to every Monday to support Video Library here in Santa Fe. And it's probably like the last movie store in the country. At least it kind of seems like it. Let me know, wherever you may be, if there's still a video store in your town. So anyway, so Monday nights is movie club, which is at a little movie theater owned by George R.R. Martin, I guess. Everybody tells me he's the Game of Thrones guy, either the writer or director, I don't know, don't quote me on that. But tonight was a very interesting movie, and I really just feel like I have to talk about it because it was freaking wild, man. It was so wild. We watched this movie called They Live, directed by John Carpenter. Now let me tell you something, this movie was completely ridiculous, outlandish, eccentric, and it was about this gentleman, middle-aged, who had lost their job in a steel factory, so he ends up becoming homeless. And he gets himself involved with some very interesting people, and he gets these glasses. These sunglasses, he puts them on, and then all of a sudden he starts seeing the world from a different perspective. One where all of the billboards in the buildings said like, obey, sleep, stay asleep, consume, like just these things about the so-called Matrix world. And it was interesting because when he put on the glasses and he saw certain people, some of them were human and some of them turned into like these weird skeleton looking things with reptilian eyeballs. It was wild, but the whole story was about taking down their operation, and apparently it's the 1%, who runs the show, and they're not really people. And the most interesting thing about this entire movie is that they, one, showed Santa Fe, two, they spoke about the year 2025, and you'll have to forgive me, I don't remember the year that movie was released. Maybe sometime in the 1980s. And what was I saying? Yeah, so anyway, Santa Fe 2025, and they were trying to take down the operations of this thing, and in that movie too, they also spoke about beings not being from this planet. And the one planet that they did mention was Andromeda. Apparently there's these beings from Andromeda here that are mind controlling us and keeping us asleep and keeping us disconnected from our consciousness. And I don't really know how true that is. I feel like there are conversations about the Matrix and us being nothing more than consumers and walking around asleep and soulless. And I feel that we, as human beings, as souls, we are so much more than I think we are portrayed to be in our art, in our music, in our movies and entertainment. And what really stuck out to me is this narrative that we live, where it's this constant battle between something good and something not good. It's like something has to be in control. And I feel where I kind of stand in this is that I I really want to believe that our story is more than just fighting against ourselves, fighting against others, other aliens. I don't know. I just don't want to believe that there's this galactic federation out there that's supposed to help us, fight off the evil energy, the negative energy, the dark entities, whatever they may identify as. And, at the end of the day, we're still fighting. We're still fighting. And I just really want to believe that our hearts are more than that. Is it possible to actually live a life of just peace? I feel more than anything, what I'm really questioning is, what does it mean to live a life of innocence? A childlike innocence. One where we can be free to imagine, can be free to create magnificent works of art. Is there a potential timeline where we can live in innocence, to just be without having an expectation to fight or having to consume? And I feel like there genuinely is this beautiful balance of construction and deconstruction. It's never an end and it's never a beginning. It's just a sense of transformation. But can it be a transformation of peace and innocence? I feel like that is one of the deepest questions that I have, and I don't have an answer to. So if anybody has an answer, I would love to hear your perspective on what innocence really means to you, what it could potentially mean to others if we lived in a way from innocent, I feel that I have a lot to meditate on, and I feel as though I am on a quest to truly understand what is a compassionate heart, and how do we live more, I guess I should say, how do I live in my compassionate heart that I feel that I'm still learning to develop. So yeah, very interesting movie. It's titled They Live, and I'm paying very close attention to the messages from all walks of life, the different perspectives. My mind is open, and therefore I know my love too shall be open. Yeah. Thank you for being here today. This is probably the longest video I've made. I know it's only like 9 minutes. 9 minutes of your time, and if you're still here with me, I would just want you to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to my expressions and my thoughts and perspectives, and I wish you all the best on your journey, and I hope I inspired you maybe to meditate on this. And please feel free to reach out, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you at another Canvas Conversations. Getting rid of the gunk from my previous video. But anyway, my dear friend, thank you. And I hope the light within you is inspired and activated so that you too can ignite and inspire the light within others.